Hello, welcome again. In this video, we're going to talk about health issues at workstations. Right, these are objectives for today. At the end of the lesson, learners should be able to give example of ICT tools and their health factors. They should also be able to give some negative effects of improperly using ICT tools. Again, they should be able to give some examples of good sitting posture towards the use of ICT tools, and lastly, give some importance of using document holders. These are objectives for today. Now let's start the lesson. First of all, let's talk about health hazards of ICT tools. Right, you see, hazard is anything that serves as a source of danger to the health of those that are exposed to it. That is the definition of hazard. You see, when we're exposed to something for a very long time, they tend to have negative effects on hearts. And so the negative effects of getting exposed to something, the dangers that are associated with getting exposed to something for a very long time is what we call hazard. Okay, so there are a number of hazards associated with long exposure of ICT tools, and in the next subsequent slides we are going to talk about some of them. First of all, we'll talk about some ICT tools and how they can affect our health. Right, first of all, let's talk about the radio. Good. You see, a radio is a tool which is used to broadcast sound programs to the public. Right, so that's what a radio does. A radio broadcasts sound programs to the public and sometimes serves as an entertainment to an individual or a public. So the associated hazard of a radio is high volumes damages hearing. High volumes of the radio damages hearing, and then the cause of the hazard is increasing the volume of the radio. When we increase the volume of a radio to a certain maximum, it can tend to affect or cause hearing impairment. Right, now let's move on to the next ICT tool and how it can be hazardous to us. The next one on the list is television. Right, a television. There is a picture of a television. We see a television is an electronic device system for transmitting images of fixed or moving objects together with sound by apparatus that converts lights and sound into electric waves and reconverts them into visible light rays and audible sound. So that is a television. It is an electronic device, and it converts light and sound into electric waves and reconverts them into visible light rays and audible sound. Good. Associated health hazard when it comes to a television is that exposure to a television for a very long time can affect our sight. Right? When we sit in front of a computer, very close to a computer for a very long time, it can tend to affect our sight. Cause of the hazard is when we sit close to the television. Right? There are some televisions that has high brightness and high contrast. So when we sit behind them for a very long time, it can cause us to get vision problems. Right, so that is how hazardous a television can be to an individual. Now let's move on to the next ICT tool. The next on the list is a computer. A computer is an electronic device for storing and processing data. Associated health hazard of a computer is when you stay too long in front of a computer, there are certain health hazards associated with it. First of all, you can get wrist pain, you can get back pain, and then it can affect our sight too. When we sit in front of a computer for a very long time, these are the health hazards that we can experience. Right, so the cause of the hazard is when we use a computer for too long, and also when we practice bad sitting posture, we can experience all these health factors. Right, now let's move on to the next ICT2, the mobile phone. The mobile phone. Good. A mobile phone is a portable electronic device that are used for communication. So a mobile phone is a portable electronic device that are used for communication. The associated health hazard of a mobile phone is that high volumes damages hearing. When we increase the volume of the mobile phone, it can, to a certain maximum, it can affect our hearing. And also the light rays from the mobile phone can also affect our sight. Good, so all these are the associated health hazard as far as a mobile phone is concerned. Now the cause of the hazard is too much use of the mobile phone. When we use the mobile phone too much, it can cause all these associated hazard. The next on the list, we have public address system, PA system in short. Now the public address system is used to reinforce sound given to the general public. Right, it is used to reinforce sound. It is used mostly in bigger occasions like the funerals, parties. Yes, on bigger occasions, that is where the public address system is used. And public address system tends to be hazardous to our health in certain factors. Right, first of all, high volumes of PA system can damage our hearing. Since it is used in public space, sometimes we tend to increase the volume to a certain maximum that can tend to affect our hearing. The cause of the hazard is increasing the volume of the PA system to a certain maximum. As I said earlier on, it can tend to be hazardous to our health, and specifically it can damage our hearing. So all these are some of the health factors or health hazards that are associated with the use of certain ICT tools. Now I'll leave the rest to my colleague to continue. Thank you very much. My name is Dennis.
Kabir 5191040508. What can you say about these two pictures? That's picture A and picture B. You could see that with picture A, you can see that the sitting posture of the lady, she's bent towards the monitor and her back is not on the chair. After a long day of work, which of these people do you think will have health issues? That's either picture A or picture B. But per this slide, you can see that picture A will have much health issues than picture B. What kind of health issues do you think she's going to have? She's going to have backache because of her sitting posture, neck pain because she's bent to the monitor, and wrist pain because she has rested her elbows on the table. Negative effects of improper using of ICT tools. 1. Backache and waist pain. Sitting behind a computer for a very long time can cause you back pain and waist pains. Eye problems. Long exposure to television and monitor may affect your sight or vision. These rays from the television and monitor can cause irritation in the eyes. Hearing problems. You can overwork your eardrums by listening to loud music from ICT tools such as public address systems, speakers, headphones, etc., which may weaken your eardrums, induce ringing in your ears, and eventually damage your hearing. Iving, straining of the body. Using mobile phones from hours and typing on the keyboard for a long can lead to a strain in the fingers, wrist, and the hand. The neck, shoulder, and the arms can also be affected by strains. Do not answer or receive calls when charging. Do not overload sockets. Do not stare at the television for a very long time. Minimize the volume of a PA system. Minimize the volume of your radio. Ensure good body posture when using ICT tools.
My name is Boateng Kuma Harrison. Index number 51910400509. So continuing from where my colleague left, we are moving on to good posture towards the use of computers and ICT tools. So the first point is that you should keep your arms and wrists stable. Also, the second point, you should keep your elbows and hand distance from your body. Thirdly, you should sit back in your chair comfortable and relaxed. Fourth point, keep your fingers close to the keyboard. The sixth point, keep your foot flat on the floor and never close your legs. Moving on to the next point, importance of using document holders. 1. Neck twisting. When you position the document close to the monitor and in line with your eyesight as it runs from screen to keyboard, you can avoid unnatural twisting of your neck when looking between the hard document to the screen and back.
Amoch Reba for Richard, index number 51910400511. Continue from where my brothers left. That was importance of using document holders. Like, it's unnecessary eye fatigue and headache. When you position the document close to the monitor and in line with your eyesight as it runs from screen to keyboard, you can avoid unnatural twisting of your neck when looking between the hard document to the screen and back. Curl spin. In the absence of a document holder, you will lie your document often beside the keyboard. To read the document, which in some cases contains small prints or notes, you will have to bend forward with a curl spin, which is a posture that can lead to ergonomic problems. Thank you. So at the end of this lesson, we are trying to let our students know the health hazard involved in not positioning, like good posturing of your body when using the computer or any IT tools. Thank you.